pants again. Never again. It's completely pantsless from now on. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday night. It's time for MCU Mondays right here on Feast of Fandoms. We got that's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is. It's kind of a tongue twister.
We're glad you joined us this evening. I am your host, David. Happy you're here. Happy to talk Marvel with you. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I'm good. Doing well.
Awesome. And also, Andrew. Andrew, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Doing great.
And we have a very special guest tonight, all the way over from the Geek Gauntlet. Mr. Shaw, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How y'all doing tonight?
Oh, great. Everything's wonderful. How are things over at the Geek Gauntlet?
Good. Everything's going good over here.
Awesome. So tonight we've got Agatha's third episode. The third episode of Agatha All Along. Can't wait to talk about it. It was a great episode, in my opinion.
I liked it, yeah.
It was much better than the Acolyte's third episode, so
most definitely.
And let's face it,
that's a pretty low bar, though. I mean,
that's a low bar to jump over, yeah. But we're going to be talking about that. Before we get into that, though, we had some X-Men news come out for X-Men 97 Season 2. Take all of this kind of with a grain of salt. We're still trying to find some of the sources on this. And Andrew probably knows a little bit more about it than I do, but apparently Season 2 is reportedly releasing in 2026 and only have 9 episodes. 9 episodes, 2026. So we got a whole nother year, at least. Thoughts? Give me some thoughts.
Well, it must just be the animation part of it, because I thought season 2 was already written out.
Well, you gotta do season 2. You gotta do the voiceovers. I mean, if it's already written, that's basically, well, we've got a script and that's about it. So
one of the things I was saying is I'm all for giving creators time to produce great content, because X-Men 97 Season 1 was great. But yeah, I agree with Debbie. I thought that they were, before Season 1 was even completed, they supposedly were deep in production of Season 2. So it is a little bit surprising.
Oh, Steve, you never fail.
I'm telling you, make the show much better. If you can't read
get him on sometime.
If you're just listening, my colonoscopy prep was better than the Alkalite. Magnesium citrate is better than Leslie Headland.
Oh my gosh.
Citrate? Is that how you say that? I think.
Citrate.
Okay, citrate. Magnesium citrate. So just some interesting news for X-Men 97 there. And as we find out more, we will tell you more. But until then, we're just going to keep this as rumor. We have nothing to back it up with. We are not saying that is for 100% sure right here on MCU Mondays, but it's nice to think about. Other than the fact that we're going to have to wait a whole year for Season 2 of X-Men 90. Hopefully it'll be early in the year 2026. So
yeah, hopefully.
Like January, February.
And I can't remember if I saw, y'all may have seen this, that Sony and Marvel were in some new negotiations for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Like, he could be obviously in the upcoming Avenger movies, and then 3 additional solo movies.
I thought I had heard something about that too. Again,
yeah, grain of salt. But,
all I know is that Spider-Man 4 is definitely in production. Not production, but development.
Pre-production, development.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, development. Yeah.
Awesome. So long as they pick a good bad guy, I wouldn't mind seeing I wouldn't mind seeing Venom. I don't know if it would be a Tom Hardy Venom or a. See, here's the thing, though, Steve. Steve says he's going to be playing Spider-Man when he's 90, and that makes sense. I get
He's gonna
that.
look 40 at 90.
But yeah, I was going to say he'll still look young enough, so it won't really matter. So he still looks like he's 16 years old. So anyway, all right.
The dude's what, like 28, 26, something like that?
All I remember was that I think it was Civil War where he was talking about that they all went out to go get a drink and they wouldn't let him drink because they thought he was too young, and he was actually having to show IDs to everybody. Like the cast went out to go get a drink, and no, I'm 21. I'm 21. I really am. So anyway, all right. Let's talk Agatha, shall we? He really is. I don't know. Ralph kind of got a little bigger and plumper there in Karate Kid Part 3. So, all right, Agatha. Let's talk Agatha. So we've got the coven. They're on the Witch's Road. What's her name? Trying to find a cell signal.
Sharon.
Mrs. Hart.
Who?
The
And
I know
of course,
she would always be like Sharon.
Sharon. I can't. For some reason, I cannot picture her out of that '70s show. That's the only place I can see her, and I mean, she's. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's just-
agree.
and this was so. I mean, this was so. She's just a housewife here too. She's a
Mhm.
housewife that's doing the gardening and whatever else, and it was like, oh, okay, well. Now, we are going to be talking spoilers, so there's some stuff in this that was kind of. If you haven't seen the episode yet, but just know
Warning, now's your time to
Yeah,
pause
warning.
now, go watch, and then come back here.
Exactly. So the coven finds this house. They go in, and immediately Agatha is looking for a door.
Why does she? I thought she had been down this road before, and throughout this whole episode, she looks petrified.
She really does, and she's always looking for a way
Mhm.
out too. I mean,
Or cheat.
with the wine
Yeah.
thing.
I'm not quite sure. I don't know what's going on with her.
If she's been down the road before, the thing is that she probably knows how to. If she's been down the road before, she probably knows, or at least has some kind of basic idea as to what's going to happen. And she knows not to drink the wine because she knows it's poison. The first one will have to do with potions and mixing up a potion, and the potion is going to be a remedy to a poison. So,
But she's got to realize they're a coven. Well, although last minute coven, that they all have to do it.
yeah.
So I don't know why she thought she was going to get away with not doing it.
I have no idea. And then the the plastic. I kept calling them the plastic surgery faces because
Yeah.
I've seen so many people like that with those. Like they show pictures of them, the botched plastic surgeries, and that's what they look like. They got
they're too much filler, too much Botox.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
awful. Oh, she looks good.
That's what girls do. They got to bring each other up. They can't bring each other down. Yeah.
Now,
You see it all the time online. A girl doesn't look great, and all her friends are like, so beautiful, all yada yada yada.
and then behind their back, oh my God, she looks terrible.
Yeah.
So they identify the poison. It's the you shape shift, and then what was the other one? There was something in between shape-shifting and hallucinations.
Dizzy, heart palpitations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tasted like boysenberry. What does boysenberry taste
What
like?
does boysenberry taste like?
And then, of course, if you don't get it in time, and Agatha knew something was going to happen after Sharon had her glass, and then all of a sudden the timer kicked on, because that was the first thing she looked at. Was she's like, okay, this is timed, and I know that's why I'm saying I think she knows what's going to happen, and her dumping the snozberries taste like snozberries, and her dumping the wine was basically I don't know if it was like a I don't want to drink it because I know it's poisoned, or if it's I'm going to cheat my way out of this one. I'll just pretend like I drank it. Wow.
Oh man, I don't even know what half that means.
Good. Good. It's probably better that you don't. But
I'll have to ask my mom.
But even still, I watched this episode 2 or 3 times, and I think I was on the second viewing, I noticed that when she turned around, and all of them, their faces were all messed up. When she turned around, her hair was like kind of covering her face, and she was talking weird, so it sounded like she was.
Yeah, she's trying to fake that.
Yeah,
No,
she
God,
went off
I've been
like
poisoned too.
Yeah, she like was going in the back and like covering her hair or covering her face with her hair.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Now we had a pretty big name drop here too, and Debbie, I'll let you talk about this because
this about gave me a heart palpitation.
Palpitation. Debbie has been waiting for this for 3 years now.
3 years.
3
My
long
prediction
years.
finally came true, although we haven't seen him yet. So, but yeah, so Teen and Jen are going over to the bar looking for
corkscrew for the wine.
Yeah, corkscrew to open up the wine. And she makes mention of, she tells him, don't watch your back, don't trust Agatha. And then she tells him that, she traded her own child for the Book of the Damned. Nobody knows what happened to him. He might be dead, or a demon, or an agent of Mephisto. I about crap my pants. I was like, oh my God, I never thought they were going to mention his name.
But see,
Debbie finished her cigarette in one puff right there. She heard Mephisto. She was,
oh no! But see, it's interesting too, because he says, "Is that really true?" And she's like, "Well, why don't you ask her?" It's basically nobody knows for sure that that's true, but yet you kind of get the idea that it is when they get into their when at least her, when
hallucinations.
She gets into her hallucinations, and she hears the baby crying in the little pram or whatever, and she goes over to it, and it opens up the blankets, and it's not a baby, it's the book, and so it's like, oh,
she's actually crying.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's kind of out of character for Agatha.
Now, I've got to say, I caught this on my second viewing. I had to back it up. I brought Luke in, and I was like, Luke, come watch this. And he's like, I already saw this episode. And I was like, no, come, you got to come look at this, because I'll bet you missed this. So when Teen and, what's her name? Alice. When Teen and Alice are looking for their potion ingredient, they run past the door where Alice sees her mom. Okay, they run through, it's almost like a curtain door that they run through. But if you look at the back if you look behind on the wall, did you notice the art that was on the wall? The picture that was on the wall? It was a picture of a stork. And that stork played a
Oh, like the one in WandaVision?
exactly like the one in WandaVision. And if I'm not mistaken,
I'll have to go back
we
and
were
see that.
yeah, when we were discussing WandaVision, I think Debbie, I think you were the one that brought it up because you were talking about Mephisto, and that's one of his forms. That's one of the forms that he takes is of.
Well, it appeared out of a red smoke, and that's I can't remember. That was 3 years ago, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah, the red smoke. I guess that's how he like appears or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was something about Mephisto.
Well, I caught that, and I don't think I've watched several TikToks on the episode, and I don't think anybody's caught that yet. So you might have heard it here first. I wish I had a screen grab of that. Maybe I need to find it. What would make it even better is if the wall that picture was hanging on was a red wall. That would just validate everything. So anyway, yes, there was the stork there. They go and look for their ingredients. Eye of newt, mustard seed. What was the honey was
guttural insect, guttural something. I don't know. It sounded disgusting, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Some kind of petroleum.
Well, no, it was digested something from a 1,000-year-old creature. I don't remember. It reminded me of in the army. I was in the army, so in the army they always have like buttons are not called buttons in the army. They are called plastic fastening discs.
Why?
I don't know. To make it fun.
Instead of using one, they use 3.
Velcro. Like if you had Velcro on your uniform, it wasn't called Velcro. One, because Velcro is like a brand name. It's called hook and pile fastening tape. Hook and pile fastening tape.
Good Lord.
99 mile an hour tape. That's duct tape. I mean, seriously, they've got a big, long, complex name for everything. And so all of these, as they're spouting out everything, I was like, oh, of course. Eye of newt, also known as mustard seed. So they got petroleum jelly. That was pretty good too. Oh, I know a snake oil salesman when I see it. Like, So, but then they go into each one of their what you call it, their delusions,
hallucinations.
And each one of those hallucinations kind of sort of had something to do with why they're I don't know if you noticed this. It's not a red wall. Darn. I was hoping. But like Alice it was her mom, and it was dealing with her mom. With Agatha, it was obviously the child. Oh, okay. This is interesting because I'm looking at this. I'm trying to find the stork here real quick, but the stork is on the wall, and when Alice goes into the room after you see the stork, the room is illuminated red, and it's a steam room, and there is a lot of red smoke coming out of that room.
So I wonder if theory time. I wonder if Mephisto has taken something from each of these women, like Alice, her mother. Jen was saying he stole my powers. I don't know who the doctor was. I didn't get that.
My thought,
I didn't get that either.
Maybe she had some kind of issue, like in her training or something, and this was him getting back at her.
The
The
Darwin.
yeah. Okay, it's not letting me do a screen grab on my phone, probably because I'm on the Disney app. But in case you can't see it, look right there. See the stop messaging me, Andrew. There's your stork
Oh,
picture right
okay.
there.
I thought it was a blue heron.
It looked like a stork to me.
Where's my daughter at?
I don't know. Stephanie, are you watching?
That's what I do best.
7, is that the bird that's always out back? Lurch. They have these.
I could not have timed that better.
They have these birds that hang out in the pond back behind their house. Of course, they name them. One's Lurch. So that picture, did you see the picture Dave put up? Does that look like Lurch? I don't know if a blue heron is like a stork. Get out your bird book, Steph.
Is Steph an ornithologist?
Lurch is a great blue heron, and I send Mom all my terrible pictures. But is it like in the stork family, or is it just some weird pterodactyl looking thing?
It looked like it was white, maybe a great white egret. I'm gonna go with stork because
I have no idea what that means. Anyways, it's a weird looking bird that she has in her backyard.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Mephisto. I like the Mephisto theory. I think Mephisto is behind all of this in some way, shape, or form. It would not surprise me. I'm going to throw out my theory here. Maybe we get a quick glimpse of him at the end of all of this mess. Fingers crossed, just to appease Debbie.
Yeah, I know you don't want to.
I know you don't want to see him right now, but
I just don't like the actor. If it's really who got cast for that.
The Great White Regret is the name of my graduate thesis on Billy Ray Cyrus. Hey, don't you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart. So, Chad, you have any kind of theories as to what may or may not be going on here?
Well, I mean, there's options like the kid kind of determining who he is specifically. This episode mentioned one more option, that being like his son. That's a maybe. Well, I think we all assume it's probably Wiccan. Like that's the assumption, and I think we'll see moving forward. Yeah, I think Mephisto might be a good option, since I am pretty sure that Audrey Plaza's character is Blackheart. So I think that's a good option.
That would make sense. And it would also make sense too, because we don't know who. I mean, everybody's just kind of assuming that that's Wiccan, but we really don't know for 100% sure just yet. I mean, has there been anything that's concrete that said, "Oh, that's who that is"? Because he tried to mention his name to the coven, and all of them missed it. It's not just Agatha; it's all of them. And they said, I forgot what the name of the spell was that they
a sigil.
A sigil. Somebody put
a sigil. Yeah.
It's a spell that hides.
Yeah. He's hiding something. Well, we can crack him open later. He's not.
Yeah.
Well, over on New Rockstar, Eric Voss, he points out that if you look at Teen's clothes, like on his sweater, there's all kind of like witchcraft symbols and whatever, and it's the same thing on his jeans. And if you compare that to Wiccan's outfit, it's pretty much the same.
I don't know. I was kind of leaning toward Wiccan, but then I as you watch Agatha interact with him a lot, there was at least one time in this episode, and I'm gonna have to watch the other ones because it seems like it happened in some of the other episodes where she has kind of gone out of her way to protect him. So could this be her long lost son? He's an agent of Mephisto. He is an agent of Mephisto. He's the one that wants Agatha. He's the one that's been saying Agatha needs to go down the road.
Mm-hmm. Also, be Nightmare.
Well, one theory I heard, and I don't know if it was New Rock Stars or something I seen on TikTok, God only knows. But one theory was they might switch it up and have him be Nicholas Scratch, which is Agatha's son, but he ends up being Wiccan.
Mm-hmm.
Because they take the comic book and they twist the story around.
Right. And what's so bad about this? The worst part about, and I say the worst part, it's not the worst part. It's actually a really good part. Agatha's like the first Marvel character that we are getting a show completely about that does not have her own standing comic book. So this show is like something brand new. This is completely different. This is nothing has, we don't have any kind of say, with X-Men, you can look at it and say, oh, well, this is kind of sort of based on Days of Future Past, or, oh, this one's based on Civil War, or this one's based on Planet Hulk. And you can go read those comics and kind of get a general idea of the story. It's not going to be exactly the way the movie is, but with this Agatha, there's nothing. There is no kind of comic book or anything out there that has focused directly on her. In fact, I was reading a lot of the stuff on her, and she's like a good guy. She's like a nanny for the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a completely new and different take on Agatha. So it's almost.
I don't think she's always been the good guy, though.
Technically, she's a good guy because she was not the villain of WandaVision. She was the hero of that. Like, as far as everyone's concerned, Wanda was the bad guy in that story. So technically, she was the hero of that.
This is true. Yeah.
I'll buy that. So, how do you guys think the show fits within the established MCU? I'm not really watching, but it doesn't sound like it would work so well in the world that we've established the last 15 years.
Well, it is a sequel.
And
people seem to forget comic books are about different genres meshing together.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to have anything to do with the movie down the line, or, it's just a standalone part. Like Shaw said, it's just a sequel to WandaVision.
I mean, it could be something that it's just there to introduce Mephisto. It could be something that's there because Wanda died in Multiverse of Madness. I mean, are we gonna try and bring back Wanda through this to where Wanda can appear in future MCU movies, and then people say, oh, well, where did Wanda come from? It's like, you gotta go watch the show.
Well, you did mention that Agatha is the babysitter for Fantastic Four, and we got that movie coming soon.
Yeah.
And I seem to remember something about the kid, about Franklin and Valeria definitely coming. So.
And especially since the Fantastic Four, the movie is supposed to have or be set
60s
in the 60s. Yeah. So
well, it's an alternate timeline.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's alternate Earth. That was already confirmed.
Andrew said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
Mm-hmm. Plus, Franklin Richards is a big part of Secret Wars. Well, not a big part, but a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but what's his name? Adam was a big part of Infinity War, and he didn't show up until Phase 4. Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Andrew got to go to bed.
Yeah. Quite honestly, he would not have fit. With all the backstory that wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the Marvel universe. This is the movie. This is the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not the comic book universe.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to tell the story that they want to tell. It's going to be, the foundation is already there with the comic books, and they're going to take aspects of those comic books and tell the story that they want to tell in the way that they want to tell it. So,
And Wiccan, I think, is part of the Young Avengers.
which
Yeah,
they're
yes.
Okay.
putting together because of you've got Captain Marvel going, you've got Hawkeye, and what's the other one? There was another one that was introduced, right?
America Chavez is there.
America Chavez. Yeah.
Stature, the daughter of Ant-Man, she's in it. I heard something about them doing Vision's son. I forget what his name is.
Whose son?
Vision. Yeah, there was this thing in the Runaways comics where Ultron, okay, not son, his brother, or Ultron built some really humanoid android that joined the Runaways for a while. He eventually joins the Young Avengers.
Oh yeah, Scar.
Kirkland too.
He
Yeah,
was
Scar.
in She-Hulk.
Yeah, for like 2
So-
seconds.
But hey, he was there. They got to use him somewhere.
He was introduced. That's all they got to do.
He's introduced, and all you got to know is that Hulk had some kind of
Yeah.
Hulk got a little action on Sakaar. That's all we need. So
What? What kind of action?
A lot of action.
a lot of action. He was fighting a lot.
Yeah, he was a superstar there, so yeah, he had action.
He was fighting this guy, and he was fighting that guy. He would even fight women, and he just fought him and fought him and fought him and fought him so hard that they just fought.
Oh my god!
It was nothing but a huge cluster fight. I'm sorry, Andrew's mom. I'm trying to make it clean.
That's funny.
Yeah. Then the stork brought down a special diamond from the to the cabbage patch and put
That's
it in.
what it is. All right. Storks. Okay, that's right.
You might be right. He may never be brought up again. I think there's several of these characters that they've introduced that will never be brought up again. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Hercules is one.
The guy at the end of
Homecoming.
Eternals.
Yeah, the drunk troll.
Arrows.
Or whatever.
No, I was speaking of Harry Styles. I forget who he was supposed to be.
Eros.
Oh.
Eros, the brother of Thanos.
Yeah.
In Homecoming, when Vulture's
well, they
in
are
prison,
making another
the guy
Doctor
talks to him.
Strange, so
She may pop up. Whoever
she may pop up for that.
Oh no, they're going to give her a
Homecoming.
second season so they can try and fix what they messed up.
I think
Yeah, the girl
season
from
2
Doctor
could be
Strange.
good.
If they make another Doctor Strange movie, I'm sure she'll pop up.
I think they are. I thought I
need to.
seen that somewhere.
As far as I know, there's only like a couple of movies that are definitely coming, like the ones that we have already on the slate leading up to Avengers and Avengers, the next Avengers, and after that, all we know is that we'll probably definitely get X-Men. We don't have any other titles revealed.
Nothing is guaranteed at this point.
Exactly.
Other than what's been said.
Exactly.
So, and as to your point here, Steve, it would be when a Hulk and a woman love each other very much. When a Hulk and a woman. And that woman is probably Valkyrie.
I was gonna say that's what I was thinking. It was probably Valkyrie because they were pretty close.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were, to quote Tony Stark, they were playing hide the zucchini. Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, that was in the movie, and if you didn't get the reference, then you don't get the reference.
Right over the head.
You had oh gosh, what, I can't even think of her name now. The other witch of the coven.
Lila or Lily or
No, it's yeah, Lila.
yeah, she blurted out a couple of things.
Hers was her delusion or her hallucination was.
I didn't get that one either. But a couple times,
if that was her, or if that was like her mother or something. But it was Death. Death was there. I mean, that was obviously a Grim Reaper behind.
Yeah, I got the impression that was a younger her.
I would have thought an older her, but like she fears. I think she has a fear of death.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the witches we saw in the end of the previous episode. Remember the
the Salem 7?
Yeah, it looked like that was the same outfit, so I would assume.
Okay. And maybe that'll all be explained. I mean, we really got into we figured out with what's her name and her mother was kind of the big issue with that one. And but the other ones, I mean, they just keep saying they took my power. It's just things like that. They took my power, and it's
he took my power.
Or he took my power, yeah. So it's like, well, what did he do to take your power, or what did you do to make him take your power? You know, things like that. Cat fight. Oh, nope, she backed off.
But the first time Lila kind of blurts out, "I love you guys," which made no sense. And then the second time she's in the bathroom with Agatha and she blurts out, save Agatha. Good Lord.
Yeah. When they were looking for the
petroleum oil.
The petroleum jelly.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I don't know, she either has visions or she blurts out stuff, which is kind of weird. I mean, I know she's kind of like a psychic of some sort.
So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. They want me to pry him into an oven.
It was. It was a brain glitch is what it was.
She was her train of thought was still loading at the station. It wasn't quite moving just yet.
See, kids, this is what happens when you get old. Brain farts, mouth doesn't work.
And then you have to get up in the middle of the night to go pee.
This is true several times.
It's happens to the best of us.
It's not fun at all.
So Sharon dies at the end of this.
And do we know why?
What are your theories? Because Luke gave me a theory. What he said he saw on like online, what the theory was, and as I was watching it, I'm like, no, they did that. And then I was watching it, and I was like, oh, there was like 2 or 3 things. But go ahead.
They didn't put her hair in the potion. The first time I watched it, I was like, they were all getting their hair, and I was like, you gotta get Sharon's hair. They didn't. I think that's why she died, because they gave her the potion.
But there was something else too that they didn't do. They all had to join hands and be on the same wavelength as far their intent. They wanted their intent. Their intent had to be known. And she wasn't in that circle. Now, Teen was in that circle. I'm not going to start calling him Wiccan because otherwise it'll be wrong, and then I'll look like a fool. But Teen was in that circle, but Sharon was not, because Sharon was passed out on the table. And then another one, and this was the one that Luke told me, Sharon had 2 glasses of wine. All the rest of them only had
Right.
1 glass.
That would make sense.
So she
I
got
still
like,
think it's because of the hair.
well, I'm going
I
to
think
go
it's a
with,
combination of
I'm
all.
going to go with, yeah, I was going to say, I'll go with a combination of all 3.
Yeah, could be.
So,
Yes, she is.
Mhm.
And no, that's not why. Steph knows I cuss like a sailor.
yes, Stephanie is Debbie's daughter.
She's been on here and where I've cussed.
We've tried to get her to come on the show, but she won't do it.
Oh, no. Nope.
I think she gets embarrassed by her mom.
This is probably true.
So
Probably true.
anyway, so they all make it out alive, but now the coven is down to 4.
Well,
Yeah.
technically, she wasn't supposed to be a part of the coven,
Yeah,
and
and
she's
see,
not on the list.
that's something else too, that because and she was brought in because she was an earth witch, right?
Mhm.
Or something.
I don't
along
think
that
she's
line.
a witch at all.
I don't
Yeah,
think
she's
she
not
is
a witch
either.
at all. No.
I think Wanda just grabbed somebody so she could get going.
You mean Agatha? Basically, Agatha didn't want to bring
The Green Witch.
yeah, Blackheart. I'm just gonna call her Blackheart from now on. She doesn't want to bring her in, so she had to choose someone that was a heart sense that would kind of relate to, because the thing on the list was just a black heart. So
Do we know she's Blackheart? Because Funko kind of spoiled things.
no, that's just my theory. That would make sense.
You got that picture, Dave?
I have to go. Did you send it to the group or just to me? I think you sent it to the group, right?
The group.
No.
Yeah, the group. Because I
Oh,
thought.
did I? I don't know. That was last week.
Yeah, because I.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, it wasn't as far back as I thought it was. So Funko has dropped.
This is right after the last week's episode. I couldn't
Right
believe
after.
they did that.
I don't know if you can see this. Actually, you know what? Let me
share your screen.
let me download it and I'll share it. Yeah.
My daughter is much older than Andrew.
And I'm not that attractive, by the way.
And she's
so,
married.
Come on.
So
Yeah, let's just add to the list of why Drew's single. Let's just keep.
I mean, we can if you want us to.
No. I'm good. Yeah.
But yeah, Funko
Oh.
kind of I don't want to say dropped the ball, but they kind of spoiled things on this one.
like, why would you do that? Because, the fun of these shows is making the speculations or theories or whatever. And then they go
Someone
drop
oofed
that.
up at Funko. They weren't supposed to release it yet, and they released the wrong thing. It was like, oops.
Okay,
I seen that on TikTok and I was like, are you kidding me? Bye.
Bye.
My son's heading out for work.
No, I'm right here.
Here we go. So here's the picture. I'm going to see if I can't zoom a little bit on this for you guys.
Yeah.
Oop. There we go. So you've got Agatha, you've got Death, and you've got Wiccan. All
Yeah.
from the Agatha All Along series. So I'm still not calling him Wiccan until we have hard evidence.
Yeah.
Now, is what's her name going to be Death, Lady Death?
I think so because in I don't know if it was a TV spot or a promo for next week, but she's dressed in green, like the Funko there. So
there we go.
I mean,
toys ruining everything.
Honestly,
I just couldn't believe that. I mean, I guess there could be somebody else coming in playing Death.
It's like, is this real? Because it honestly wouldn't make sense for what's been established so far. I mean, like, it's established that she's supposed to be a witch, and like Lady Death is like definitely nothing connect. Like Lady Death is ambiguous, kind of. So
Right.
I don't know. I mean, if it's a misdirect, they're doing a good job because it was all over TikTok. I mean, the right after the episode and probably for the next 2 or 3 days, that's all you've seen on TikTok.
I don't
Was
know if
that.
I would call it a misdirect or, I mean, honestly, just looking at it, I mean, Death and Wiccan, either one of them could be. I mean, Wiccan, okay, maybe Teen is Wiccan, and that's whatever. But as far as Lady Death here goes, gosh, I don't know. The problem with it is that when toys have spoiled something movie wise, it's usually been spot on. I remember when they released the toys for Endgame, and the first some of the first things to come out was the figures, and one of the figures was Thor. Well, Thor did not have an eye patch, and he had an eyeball, and it was like, okay, so Thor survived. We knew we kind of knew that was going to happen. Or no, this wasn't an Endgame. It was Infinity War. Infinity War, yeah. So it's like, okay, but he got his eye fixed too. So how did that? We know he's going to have his eye fixed, and it was a picture of him holding Stormbreaker and not Mjolnir. So it's like, okay, well, we know he's going to get Mjolnir. We know he's going to get his eye fixed, and there was just a whole lot of stuff spoiled like that.
Get why stuff like that gets spoiled. But then again, I don't know why they give away practically the whole movie in trailers. They have all these trailers that come out, 16 trailers that come out before the movie comes out. And it's like, just do a teaser trailer and then do a long trailer and then stop. Stop right there. I want to be surprised when I go to the movies.
Aubrey was in Megaflopolis, and it was really good. Actually, if you go watch, Cam and Focus did a review on it. I watched that today, and he was kind of like you, where he's like he's not exactly sure if he's supposed to like it or not. So go watch Cam and Focus. He did a review of.
I've seen a lot of mixed reviews, most of them bad.
Megalopolis.
Some people really liked it. I guess it just depends on what you like, I suppose.
So
it'll be one I'll wait until it comes out on stream.
I agree. I think I'm the same way. I'll wait for the stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you, Janae. I watch the teaser and usually the first long trailer they have, and then I try to stay off. If I see it on TikTok or something, I hurry up and scroll by.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's hard to do.
Yeah. So anyway, did we have anything else in this episode that we wanted to talk about? Was there anything special that jumped out with you there, Shaw?
No, I think that's everything. Oh, it does seem like they're gonna use the whole which is real thing to kind of do a similar thing to WandaVision by doing different like TV shows and stuff for different episodes, which kind of interesting thing.
What did you think of the first 2 episodes?
It was interesting enough. I mean, interesting mysteries, which is what I'm interested in. Like the thought that Audio Plaza playing Blackheart was interesting. Like I hope that is true. That is not Death. And yeah, I'm mostly just interested in the mysteries, mostly.
Trying to figure out what's going on exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The only other note that I had was when they're escaping the house through the oven.
The Easter egg, did you catch it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Goonies.
Oh, no, that's not what I was thinking.
Oh, you
'Cause,
mean Hansel and Gretel?
Yeah.
Right.
I had a friend of mine who she had a really big oven like that, and really nice house. I was like, Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that one, but when they were sliding down, I mean, it
Oh.
wasn't as long as the one in Goonies, but yeah,
Down the
when I
water
seen that, I instantly thought of Goonies.
And honestly, after the Hansel and Gretel joke, the only thing I could think of was, "Get in there, you big furry oaf! I don't care what you smell." Sorry, I had to do a Star Wars reference.
That's just promotion for Thursday show.
That's Thursday's promotion. That's right. All right. Well, Andrew, we had some fan questions for tonight. What do we got?
All right. So this first one from the superhero thing, from at the superhero thing on Threads.
Okay.
Their question is, who do you think Teen really is in the show, and is he really on Agatha's side?
I think we've got two options, and I think it's either Wiccan or
Nicholas?
Nicholas. Yes,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm leaning more towards Nicholas because I forgot what they were doing. As far, he said something like, "I'll drink the wine. I'll drink the wine." No, and she was like very adamant about, no, don't do that, because she's very protective of him. So that kind of leans me a little bit more toward the Nicholas side. The picture screams the picture we just showed, the Funko picture was, oh, that's Wiccan. Of course it's Wiccan. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but I still like the idea of Nicholas. So
Yeah, I don't know. Because sometimes he acts a little aggressive towards Agatha, and I don't know why.
What kid isn't aggressive toward their mom? Especially a mom that traded her off to get the Book of the Damned.
Aggressive with me, and you're going to get a backhanded
Well, and she
shot
treats
You're not going to be able to
crap,
sit down
so.
for a week.
Yeah,
Then
that
it will
too.
spank you into next week.
So, all right. I think that's kind of what we got to boil down to. What else you got?
All right. The next one, one of three from Janae.
Okay.
Her first question is, do you think Mrs. Hart is really dead?
Maybe not.
Or does she change into Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah, that's
That's what I was thinking. I thought that was going to happen in this episode. So part
I
of me
did
wonders
too.
if the next episode that happens or something.
I don't know.
That would
Who's
make
got the
sense,
sirens going off?
Oh, my bad.
It's all right.
It's okay.
They're coming for him. They're coming for Shaw.
Run, Shaw, run!
He turns on his camera. We just see him running.
Let's see. Avocado, I heard that Rio or whatever is Sharon.
That's a maybe.
Shaw, are you in trouble again? Steve is swatting Andrew. And she's an Earth Witch. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know that I want to make that call just yet.
Yeah,
I hope not,
I
because
wouldn't
I
be
like the
shocked if
character.
she's not dead.
It wouldn't
I could
surprise me.
see.
But then
Yeah.
too, I was thinking about this today too, and I was like, they faced their first trial and they've lost one of the coven. So I'm wondering if
Is that going to happen each episode?
with each episode as a new trial, and they're going to lose another witch. Now, that being said, when they get to the end of the road, if it's just Agatha left, she'll get to the end of the road, but come to find out they've all been kind of on their own little road, and they've all had to lose the entire coven, at different points along their own personal journey. You know what I'm saying? So like they're not all 5 of them on the one road. All 5 of them are on 5 separate roads, and they all have to they all have to do their own little journey where they're still interacting with the other witches, but they're not really the other witches.
I also forgot
Does
to
that
mention.
make sense without making any sense?
Yeah.
I also forgot to mention before Sharon passed out, her own little hallucination.
Yeah,
Where
Wanda,
she
Oh,
says,
yes.
"Please,
Yeah, with
please,
Wanda,
Wanda, let him
Right.
breathe," which was
Yeah.
kind of a reference. Well, it was a
And,
reference to
and
when
we
her
don't
head
see
was
what the hallucination
choking,
is. Like, we don't see it. We see everyone else's, but hers we don't see specifically.
because we
Like,
know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
they did,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we talked about this. They did forget to put her hair in the brew, and so I was wondering if that's why she died. She was also not in their circle of intent, and she drank 2 cups of wine versus 1. Everybody else only drank 1.
Mhm.
So that's going to be
I'm a 2-glass kind of guy anyway myself, so.
What are you kidding? You chugged the whole bottle.
Yeah, I'm like Dr. Dana.
All right, what's the next question?
All right, next one from Janae.
Of course.
Do you think the boy, teen, is Agatha's son?
Maybe.
Possibly.
It's an
Gotta
option.
They're kind of leaning that a little. They're like teasing it a little bit, like it could be.
Though it might be a red herring.
Yep. So. All right. What's next?
And the third one from Janae. Would it have been better to make Agatha's series a prequel to WandaVision so we could see what she had been doing all these years?
No.
Now, they had some flashbacks. Well, I think one flashback, and that's where she was being burned to the stake because of, I don't think they ever said what she did, but I don't know if it's because she traded her son for the black hole, and that's why she was put to the stake.
Maybe.
Because what they said that what she did was an abomination or something like that.
Which would be giving up her kid, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them saying what it was.
I didn't need a prequel for this. I think we got enough introduction to the character through WandaVision. So at this point, I consider her an established character. I don't need an origin story. So it's I'm glad they're moving on down the road, and hopefully this will introduce Mephisto so Debbie can be appeased after 3 years.
David's like, quit going backwards.
Yeah, we don't want to. Don't quit looking backwards.
I'll
'cause
get to my revenge.
You might find the thing that's trying to catch up to you. So, all right, what's next?
Next one comes from Rhett, and he says, or asks, post Endgame, who is the most important character in the MCU?
Tony?
No, post.
Oh, wait, post Endgame?
Post Endgame. Post Endgame, yeah.
So, like, moving forward or so far?
If you're gonna say
yeah, just so far, yeah.
If you're gonna say so far, I would say probably Strange.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe Yelena, since she's been in a couple things.
Yeah,
that's true.
I
mean,
possibly.
Maybe Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or
he's done 2 movies since post Endgame now, so
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Oh yeah, new Captain America. I don't
Personally,
know.
I would say Bucky, but you know.
Yeah.
Bias.
You're biased. Yeah.
We're gonna have to call bias there. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you include What If, then probably Wanda.
Yeah, maybe. But if you include What If, you're going to have to say Captain Britain because, like, all of What If seemed to circulate around
Captain
her.
Carter.
Captain Carter.
Oh, I was
What
thinking
If
Henry
Season 2,
Cavill.
Captain Carter. You get a little ahead, Debbie. You're going too far into the sequel world. Let's back it up a little bit.
Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Deadpool. I'm all for that.
Hey, tomorrow releases on digital.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying my copy.
I'm not. I'm going to buy that one in hard copy. I've got the other two in hard copy, so
Yeah.
I'll hold off on
I'm
the
gonna
hard
get
copy.
it.
Oh, I'll get a
Blu-ray.
hard copy. I think what I'll do is rent it just so I can watch it for the next 72
Watch the
hours.
crap out of it for 3 days.
Yes,
Just have it on
I'm
because
sick. I'm not coming into work. Why? Deadpool's out. I'm sick.
oh Lord, yeah,
I hear there's like a lot of extras.
Debbie getting thirsty again.
yes I am.
What did Avocado said? Maybe Nick Fury. He's been in Spider-Man:
Oh,
Far
that's
From
true.
Home, The Marvels, and Secret Invasion.
He's the glue that holds it all together.
Doctor Doom.
Well, I mean, when it
TBD.
happens.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. We'll have to wait on that one. Let's see where that one lands. All right, what's next? We got another one.
All right. Yes, we have 2 more.
Okay.
Our next one comes from Jonathan. He says, "What do you think about the big name drop in episode 3?"
Right.
I
It
feel
made-
justified. Thank you
It
very
made
much.
Debbie's day. I could hear her shout all the way from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
She can finally sleep tonight.
Mephisto confirmed. We can finally say it. Mephisto confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Mind you, mentioning it in Disney Plus series should be fine because you don't have to worry about the whole China stuff.
Say that again?
China, because the whole reason why they couldn't mention Mephisto before was because China won't allow anything with like demons or something. That's one of the things that they are.
Oh, like in
Yeah.
a movie.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
They'd lose that audience.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that's a big
I
money
mean,
marker
the last
right there.
few. What was it? There was a couple movies recently that weren't released in China because of some stupid shit or another.
Yeah.
We keep saying Mephisto, so I guess we're not. I guess we get banned in China too.
Yeah. There's like, I don't care. I say a bunch of stuff that get us banned in China.
This is true.
So, all right, what's our last one?
All right. Final one comes from Andrew. He says, "What are your thoughts on Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom?"
There's precedent for it in the comics.
Yeah, I know it happens in the comics. I'm holding judgment until I see what they do with it, because for one, I love seeing Robert coming back to the MCU. I'm all for that. I wasn't expecting Doctor Doom, but yeah, we'll just have to see how they handle it.
We could still get big in Bangladesh. All right, cool.
Okay, boss.
I'm holding judgment to I think one of the big deciding factors for me is going to be how they handle. This is I'm just going to back up. This is a pet peeve of mine, is when you get a comic book property to where the character wears a mask and wears a mask all the time. one of the first things that they do when they transfer that medium over to movie is that character rarely wears a mask because you need to see that actor's face. Now, they did a very good job with that in The Mandalorian and Pedro Pascal, where he's
Deadpool.
barely without, huh?
Deadpool.
Well, Deadpool, and that's one of the things. But like Judge Dredd, you look at Judge Dredd, and I'm not talking about oh gosh, I can't even think of his name.
Sylvester Stallone.
No, I'm talking about the Sylvester Stallone one. He wore that mask for all of like 10 minutes of that movie. Now, Deadpool, not Doctor Strange, Judge Dredd never took his mask off. That's a bad thing. You never do that.
Well,
But-
the Carl Urban.
The Carl Urban
Movie.
one, that's what I was thinking of. See, he didn't do it there, but you're not going to cover up Sylvester Stallone's face. The recent Power Rangers movie, they had the Power Rangers and they got into their gear, and then the you can see through their mask, so you're not covering their faces. It's like, what are you doing? I don't care what they look like. I want them to look like the Power Rangers. I don't want them to look like these
At
kids.
that point, why wear the suit?
Yeah, exactly. What's the point of wearing a suit if you're not going to wear the mask?
It'd be like if with Tom Holland Spider-Man, he didn't have the Spider-Man mask on. You could still see.
And they did it.
Or
that was
Batman.
the one thing I didn't like about Rogue One was when you had Jen and she was disguised in the landing platform thing, and they're going into the thing, but she's got this little thing that pops open so she can look out and her eyes are there. And I'm like, why? What was the point? Oh, well, we can't cover up the actor's face. Yeah, you can. If it fits the costume, you need to cover up that actor's face. So, as far as Doctor Doom goes, if we get to the Doctor Doom movie, or what's the first one that he's going to be in? Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday. We get there, and you got
most likely he'll be in Fantastic Four. Most likely
for the entire time that Robert Downey Jr. is on screen, and 90% of the time he's not in that Doctor Doom mask. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be like, no, that's not Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom never took his mask off.
There are versions of him that do, though, like ones that don't have any scars on the face have done that in the past. So there are versions.
So, well, the Fantastic Four movies with Michael Chiklis and Chris Evans and gosh, what's her name? What's her name?
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba. He was scarred up and everything, but oh no, we can't hide what's his name behind a mask. That doesn't make any sense. And it's like, yes, it does.
Because he's cute.
Thank you. It doesn't matter. I don't care what he looks like. He needs to look like frickin' Doctor Doom. I want to. You promised me Doctor Doom. I want to see Doctor Doom. I don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. I don't want to see Tony Stark portraying Doctor Doom. I want to see Doctor Doom. Show me Doctor Doom.
Plus, since we are getting Secret Wars, that is the time when he's God Doom and he freezes his face.
So,
Mhm.
the Commish and Vic Mackey. Either one of those two. So anyway, all right. Is that it for our questions?
That does it.
Cool. Debbie, shameless plugs. What do we got tonight?
Tomorrow night I'll be on the Sith Dominion, on their channel, the Sith Dominion, and we are talking about The Force Awakens. Thursday we'll be back. I don't know what we're talking about, but it'll be Star Wars related. Friday. Is it this Friday? I think. Hold on. Let me look at the dates. I think it's this Friday. I'll be on Federation Friday over on the Geek and I podcast channel on YouTube. Nice. And I think we are watching the Menagerie Part 2. Ooh. Saturday's Geek Gauntlet. And I forgot to mention this last time, but you mentioned him earlier. Cam and Focus has his own channel, and he puts out a video. I think it's every Saturday.
I think so, yeah.
Although I think he
For
put
sure
out
every
2
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he put out 2. He did one,
Mhm.
and then I think the next day he did that Metropolis or whatever it's called review.
Megapolis.
Yeah, whatever.
Mega Flopolis.
But so yeah, go check him out. He's pretty good. I like his rants. Like, subscribe to all those channels I just mentioned.
That would be Cam and Focus, Geek and I, and Sith Dominion. Not to mention Feast of Fandoms. Don't forget to like and
Oh
subscribe.
yeah,
to us.
like and subscribe us.
Yeah. Andrew, do you have anything shameless plug wise?
Yeah, I guess I'll just say thank you to everyone that submitted a fan question. If you want a question on the show, just check me out at AndrewHaley05 on any of the socials, and I usually will post the morning of a show, so either Monday morning or Thursday morning. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Cool. Shaw, what are we talking about on Geek Gauntlet on Saturday?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the finale of Ring of Powers, of course, Agatha all along, and Penguin for whoever watches it, because I am not. I do not care. And
Oh,
whatever.
it's so good.
It's
so good.
awesome.
Maybe and all the other stuff of that week. So yeah,
Ring of Power had their finale already.
I think so.
Next
It's
week.
like this week or something like that.
What they
Or it's
have?
this
4
week. Yeah,
episodes.
sorry, this week. It's this
Mhm.
week. 8.
Okay, yeah.
They have
This
8.
week.
Oh, really?
It'll be this week. Yeah, this
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I tried to watch the first season. I couldn't get through the first 3 episodes.
Season 2 is definitely an improvement over season 1. Definitely.
Shaw, I'm with you. By the way, I'm the Penguin is just not appealing to me, but everybody keeps saying to go watch it, and eventually one day I'm sure I'll break and go watch it.
It's really good.
It's gonna win like all the Emmys.
It's
I
really
guarantee it.
good.
So
Colin
But-
Farrell may go down as one of the best comic book castings of all time, like shows, movies.
I still can't believe that's him underneath that mask.
I know, and I won't spoil, but Debbie, in episode 1, I didn't realize how good his full like body suit would look like as the Penguin. It looks so good.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
all right. All right. Whatever.
David's like, we gotta end.
Whatever. So go check that. Go check out Geek Gauntlet. They talk a little bit about They talk about a little bit of everything, just in the geek world. So, well, that's going to be it for us tonight. I don't think I have anything special coming up. I'm not. Nobody wants me on their shows. That's okay.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm on too many.
Just pretend that it isn't a Penguin / Batman show, and just accept that you're watching a mobster movie. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Right here.
Okay. Whatever. Anyway, all right. That's going to be it for us tonight. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the little bell for notifications so you know when we do go live. We will see you all next week right here on MC.
Shit! Language. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language. I know. For gosh sake, watch your language.
That's not going away anytime soon.
You bet your ass.
Steve, you said a bad language word.
Did you tell everyone?
Outwit the platinum bastard.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
You know what, Romanov? Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?